we have some lessons coming up that will require you to graph lines. So we are going to do a little bit of algebra review on graphing lines in the form y equals mx plus b. So if you remember from Algebra 1, y equals mx plus b is called slope-intercept form, where m is the slope, which is your rise over your run, and b is the y-intercept, which is where your line crosses the y-axis. So for each one of these graphs, we're going to identify the slope and the y-intercept and then graph each line using that information. So remember, the slope is the number that's in front of the x. So if you look here, we just have an x and there's no number in front. So when there's no number in front, your slope is just a 1. Then the term that comes after your x term is your y-intercept. So because it's plus 5, that means my y-intercept is going to be at 0, 5. So when using this information to graph, you want to graph the y-intercept first at 0, 5. So starting from the origin, you're going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and plot your point. Now, from this point, we're going to graph the slope. So when I graph slope, when doing rise over run, I always like to go to the right. So if you have a positive slope, you would go up and to the right. If you have negative slope, you would go down and to the right. This will help you keep the orientation of your line correct. It won't always work, but if you can establish a direction, then you can go in the opposite direction to graph the slope. So if my slope is 1, I'm going to go up 1 and right 1. So if I go up 1 and right 1, there will be a point right there. Then I can continue this pattern going up 1, right 1, and plot another point. But notice that now I'm out of room, right? I'm going to go off the graph. So as long as you can establish the direction you're going first, then you can go in the opposite direction. So instead of going up 1, right 1, I'm going to do the opposite and go down 1, left 1, and plot my next point. And then down 1, left 1, and plot my next point. And you can continue this pattern, and the more points you have, the more accurate your line's going to be. So go ahead, draw your line, and then when you draw your line, make sure you extend through your endpoints, and then add the arrows at the bottom because lines are infinite. So make sure you draw your line all the way through all of the points. So now let's look at number 2, y equals 3x minus 2. Which number represents the slope? The slope is the number in front of the x. So that is going to be 3, making your y-intercept at negative 2. So you want to make sure you take the sign that's in front. So 0, negative 2. So I'm going to go ahead and plot my y-intercept. And now we have a slope of 3, and it's positive 3. So for positive slopes, you're going to go up and to the right. So because this is a whole number, you just put a 1 under it, and that will tell you how many to go to the right. So we're going to be going up 3 and right 1 from your y-intercept. So if I go up 1, 2, 3, and right 1, there will be a point right there. And then I can continue this pattern. So from here, I'm going to go up 3 again, 1, 2, 3, and over 1, and put a point right there. So now that I have the orientation of my line, now I can go the opposite direction. So if I go up 3 and right 1, now I can go down 1, 2, 3, and left 1, which was the opposite direction, but still giving me the correct orientation. So make sure when you draw your line, you're extending your line through the points and that you have arrows at the ends. Now let's take a look at number 3. We have y equals negative 2x plus 4. Which one of these numbers represents your y-intercept? The y-intercept is going to be the number that comes after your x term. So our y-intercept for this problem is going to be 0, 4, making my slope negative 2. So remember, negative slopes are now going to go down and to the right. So for this slope, we're going to go down 2 and right 1. Something that also to remember, again, if you have a whole number, because it's not a fraction, you can just put a 1 under it, and you'd always be going to the right one time if it's just a whole number. So if you're looking at your y-intercept, you would have a point at 0, 4. And then if my slope is negative 2, we're going to go down 2, right 1. So from here, down 2, right 1, there'll be a point right there. And then we continue the pattern from this point, going down 2 again, right 1. And we can continue this pattern as much as we want. The more points you have, the more accurate your line's going to be. So if I wanted to go in the opposite direction, I can go up 2 and left 1, and it would still keep the orientation of my line. So then go ahead, draw your line. Make sure you have arrows at the end. And that's how you graph in slope-intercept form. So the slope is probably the most confusing part for most students because they don't know which direction to go. So I would stick to these 2 rules all the time. For positive, go up and always to the right. For negative, you're going to go down and always to the right. If you're always going to the right, it will be less confusing. Let's try a couple more examples. So let's look at number 4. Your equation is y equals negative x minus 3. What is your slope and what is your y-intercept? Because there's no number in front of the x, there's just a negative sign, that means your slope is negative 1. Your y-intercept is going to be 0, negative 3 because there's a negative sign in front of the 3. So let's go ahead and graph our y-intercept at 0, negative 3, which is 3 down on the y-axis. And then from here, how would you graph your slope? So because my slope is negative 1, that means I'm going to go down 1, right 1, down 1, right 1, and continue that pattern. If I wanted to get more points on the other side of my y-intercept, you would just go the opposite of down and over to the right, which would be up and to the left. So you can go up 1, left 1, up 1, left 1, and continue making points to create a more accurate line with arrows at the end. So notice now in number 5, we have y equals 1/2 x plus 1. So now we have a fraction. So your slope is 1/2, y-intercept is at 0, 1. So when you have a fractional slope, you go up or down the top number and right the bottom number. So because this is a positive 1/2, we're going to be going up 1 and right 2. So from my y-intercept of 1, from here we're going to go up 1, right 2, up 1, right 2. And then if I wanted to go the opposite direction to continue the line, you would go down 1, left 2, down 1, left 2. For number 6, you have y equals negative 3x plus 4. That would give you a slope of negative 3 and a y-intercept at 4. So if we go up 4 from the origin on the y-axis, you would have a point right here. How would you graph a slope of negative 3? Because the slope is negative, you would go down 3, and when it's a whole number and no fraction, then you just are going to go right 1. So from your y-intercept, go down 1, 2, 3, right 1, down 1, 2, 3, right 1, down 1, 2, 3, right 1. So for number 7, you have y equals 6x minus 1. You have a slope of 6 and a y-intercept at -1. Negative again because there's a minus sign in front of the 1. So go ahead, pause the video, and see if you can graph this one correctly on your own. Okay, so graphing the y-intercept at -1, and when you have a slope of 6, because it's positive, you're going to go up 6, and because it's a whole number, you're just going to go right 1. So from your y-intercept, go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and over 1. I don't have enough room to go up 6 more, so I can see if you can go down 6 and left 1, which you can, so this is what your line should look like. Let's look at number 8. You have y equals -2/3 x plus 1. So if you have a slope of -2/3, what direction would you go? For a slope of -2/3, because you have a negative sign, you're going to go down 2 and always to the right, whatever the bottom number is. So from my y-intercept of 0, 1, you are going to go down 2, right 3. So I don't have enough room to go down 2 and right 3 again, so that just means I'm going to go in the opposite direction. So instead of going down 2, right 3, I'm going to go up 2 and left 3, and you'll have a point right there. So this is what your graph would look like for -2/3 x plus 1. Go ahead, graph number 9 on your own, and unpause the video to check your answer. Your y-intercept was at -7, which is all the way down at the bottom. And with a slope of 1, you would go up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, and so on.